a journey, and we can always choose the path we want. By The Anonymous. I feel like this quote is very optimistic. However, it can be a little bit way too idealistic. Let me show you why. Imagine you are at the junction and you were to choose whether you will walk to the left path or the right path. Assuming that the right path will lead you to the right place. By knowing this information, everyone would want to take the right path, right? But in reality, to reach certain path, there are conditions and tasks to be done in order to be able to take them. We don't get things we want, we get things we earn. For example, taking university entrance examination. If you study hard enough and get in, you can take the right path. But if not, you have to go left. No matter how bad we want to go on the right path, it's not going to be that easy. We have to successfully complete a short-term mission called task. Losing weight, winning public speech competition, getting A for your major subjects are some examples of tasks. And yes, completing them require lots of work and dedication. I used to struggle working on the task just like most people. Learning through success and multiple disappointments, I found 4 key factors which can help us accomplish any task so that we can move forward into the direction we really want to. For the first key factors, true motivation. True motivation is the beginning of everything. It's the reason why you keep doing those tasks. It can be something very big or something very small. And personally, I feel like true motivation can be generated when you do what you love. Ask yourself what makes you feel happy and fulfilled. What are things which you want to start and end your day with? And if you really enjoy doing something, you should find ways to fit it within your daily life. For example, I really enjoy working on a skill called storytelling. When I was a child, my parents were not surprised when they would hear me practicing for my impromptu speech while taking shower. When driving, I also practice for TED Talk. There's so many hidden times in a day, even just for 5 minutes. Use those times wisely, and you will be surprised by how it can help you sharpen the skill of your choice. And that's how I fit storytelling within my daily life. Unfortunately, we cannot always do what we love, so instead, we must love what we do. I'm a 5th-year medical student and currently in surgery rotation. I'm going to have my final examinations in 6 days. Can you imagine how catastrophic my life is? So this is me most of the time without an under-eye concealer and coffee. Sleep deprivation is inevitable in medical school, no matter how well prepared you are. But by trying to understand and acknowledging the importance of what I do, learning how to save lives, my pain threshold for sleep deprivation can be tremendously increased. Sometimes, true motivation comes from hardships. So whenever you encounter a difficult situation, keep your spirit high. Suck it up. This too shall pass. Hardworking never kills anyone. And one day, you're going to thank yourself for not giving up today. You'll see that we cannot always stop difficult situations from happening. But we can always change the way we see them. And this is why the second key factor, growth mindset, is very important. People with growth mindset tend to perceive difficult situations as an opportunities to learn rather than being unsolvable problem to put up with. They're not afraid to make mistakes as long as they have learned from them. And the most importantly, they truly believe that success is achievable if one tries hard enough. One thing that all successful people in the world have in common is that they never stop trying. Walt Disney fell 302 times before getting a fund for his Walt Disney World. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, got rejected 1,009 times before getting a taker for his chicken recipe. Thomas Edison fell 10,000 times before the world's first light bulb was invented. If talented, defined as special skill received since birth, then you don't have to be talented or gifted to become successful. You have to be persistent and passionate. Angela Duckworth, the professor of psychology at the University of Pennsylvania and the author of my all-time favorite books, Grit, The Power of Passion and Perseverance, said, as much as talents count, effort counts twice. So please, don't overemphasize talent, because without effort, talent is nothing more than what you could have done but didn't. For the third key factors, grateful attitude. What is the first thing you notice about this donut? Imagine that you are a little bit hungry and someone gives you this donut. You may notice that there is a bitten part, right? This donut is not symmetrical. That's because deeply, we expect things that we get to be as perfect as possible. But if we could be satisfied with the presence of any food, this bitten donut is more than enough. We should always be thankful for everything in our life, especially the support we get from people we love. Family, advisors, friends. With grateful attitude, we're more driven to work harder because the reason to become successful isn't just only for ourselves, but also for those kind people who have supported us. However, there's a problem here. What if I don't have any supporting person to be grateful for? Sometimes, when you are a pioneer and you have new ideas that are so innovative that no one can understand or support you the way you want them to, my advice would be, please don't be discouraged. At least you have yourself. In the time of need, everyone can be their own self-supporter. You for yourself, you support yourself, is way more than enough. Keep that in mind very well. Keep doing. And remember to always be thankful. I believe everyone is unique. Each person has particular strengths and weaknesses. And in order to be the most productive version of yourself, you need to understand those strengths and weaknesses very well. And I call this self-understanding as self-acceptance our fourth key factors. For example, I have my own learning style. Many of my friends in medical school can remember by just listening to the lecture class once, or just speed reading once. But I'm not a fast learner. I have to encode the information at least 3 times. In class, listening to the recorder again, and then most importantly, write them out. These are my notes. It's quite messy, I know it. It's for surgery, and it's super time consuming. It took me several hours to complete them, but this is how I study and remember things. I have tried to change and copy my friend's ways, but it turns out to be a little bit messed up, and I fail to retain the information. So when it comes to regular classes in medical school, I came to the point of accepting the fact that my friend may be a jet plane. They can fly to the destination so fast, and it looks super cool. But I am a car. Slow, but steady. As a car, I believe that I can reach the destination too. No matter how hard or energy-consuming the journey is, I would like to think and believe that I can and I will reach there with the potential I have in my own style. I don't hate myself for having weaknesses. I accept them and will never stop improving myself. It took me several years to stop panicking and denying my weaknesses, especially when someone makes fun of it. Remember, the way you treat yourself will set your standard for the others. So as long as you truly feel comfortable being yourself, the disapproval from the others won't matter. It's your journey, and you know best. With the feeling of self-acceptance and the inner self of comfortable, you can unlock your true potential. And any task, can be easily and happily accomplished. Life is not a simple journey. It's a maze with multiple junctions. Each turn is the result of each task. You don't have to complete all the tasks and always be on the right track. That is way too boring. Sometimes you have to get lost to find yourself. So relax, do your best, enjoy the journey, enjoy the complexity life is offering you. The 4 key factors I have mentioned are very important, but it is more important that you keep going. Martin Luther King said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Believe that you can. Believe you're capable." Thank you for your kind attention. ขอบคุณค่ะ